Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to If You Don't Know, Now You Know. My name's Mr. Hecker. Hope you're all out there having a beautiful, fantastic day. My guest here today, Anver. Brother, how are you?
Good, man. I'm feeling good. Really happy to be on here, man.
Yeah, so always on the If You Don't Know, Now You Know show, I like to kick off my podcast with a bit of gratitude. So give us 3 things you're grateful for today.
I'm grateful for my mum and my sister. I'm grateful for family, of course. I'm grateful to be alive, simply to be alive. I'm grateful to have my mentors and coaches in my life that have made that impact so I can impact others. So, yeah.
Solid, bro. You always got to start the day with a bit of gratitude, and that's good. And we'll dive into, I guess, some mentors and coaches as well in a little bit. But just to give everyone out there that's listening and don't know who you are, like a little bit of just a brief background, like where you are right now and what you're doing and what's your situation.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm a men's transformation coach. So I've been working for men just recently. But yeah, in the last 4 years, been really working on myself. Really grown like massively because 4 years ago, wasn't feeling good enough, depressed, really struggled in a toxic relationship, and just through the personal development, working on myself, helping to, help others as well through health and fitness, lifestyle, mindset. It's been a massive thing that I can purpose, like giving me purpose and a vision for myself. So, yeah. Yeah.
Solid, bro. And so we won't go down that road right yet, but I want to ask, because we'll dive down into the past, but I want to know what's present now. Like, explain, like, life right now, like, how is it? Like, give us a rating out of it. Like, how's things sitting?
Everything's good, man. Like, I'm actually grateful for this pandemic, man. Like, if I can just say one thing about the pandemic, it's made me more close to the family. So I'm really grateful for that. But currently have a part-time job, working as a coach part-time as well, and have a massive vision for in the next month that I'm working on currently at the moment, specifically working with men and transforming men. But yeah, it's going really well, man. Life is good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Life is awesome.
And big kudos, brother, because the space needs more men like you as well. Men that are willing to show up and want to learn and want to change as well, and always open for growth. And that's I feel like that's kind of what I'm sensing from you as well. Like you're young into the game as you're just getting into it, as you said, and you're keen, you're eager, and you're open to learning as well. And that's that's one of the first steps as well. So big kudos, bro.
Appreciate that, man.
And putting yourself out there, even how we got to where we are today. You put yourself out there, and
100%.
And I'm not sure exactly what I said in reply, but you asked, and you know what happens when you ask? You get it. And you may
100%.
not always get it the first shot, but hey, look, man, I always give praise and big props to anyone that's out there having a crack at life and giving it a go. And you reached out and we were speaking about it, and I said, you know what, brother, 100%, let's have this chat. Let's get onto it. And so I'll lead into that. Tell us about your past, bro. Like, what was it that wasn't so great in your lifestyle? Give us some of the things that were going on in that time of your life.
So, man, like prior to 4 years ago, man, like I never felt good enough, man. That was a massive thing that I was even scared to express to other people. Like, and I wasn't sure why I never felt confident, why I never felt like why I was always comparing myself to other people. But yeah, I just never felt good enough, man. That was a big thing for me. I was always a short kid, really shy, growing up in, primary school, high school. Big thing for me that really helped me was boxing at 15 years old. Boxing really helped with my confidence, obviously health, but more my confidence and just giving me purpose and something to strive towards, So that was a big thing for me, and discipline, as well as discipline being a part of that community. And then that's when I started to head into more the personal development type stuff when I was about 19. So this was like 4 years ago. And yeah, so in a personal development community, learning a lot from different mentors that were not just, making good income, but also making a massive impact in their community. And that was something that I wanted to do for myself. And yeah, just learning so much off them, but specifically on improving myself. So yeah, like prior to 4 years ago, man, never felt good enough. Even when I was doing boxing, man, like I never felt good enough. Like until I started to really dive deep and like focus on what's inside and really uncover and reveal like what I felt on the inside. And so that's what those coaches helped me with. But yeah, in a toxic relationship 4 years ago, for 2 years. So when that ended, man, I was just like, I got to work on myself. I got to work on myself. I got to start growing myself and starting to build the future that I want for myself. So that's what I started to work towards. And yeah, and I'm in the journey right now and I'm loving it. So it's been an awesome last 4 years, man. Yeah, for sure. It's been awesome.
It's journey, bro. And we're going to break that down too. So I want to know, like, where did you go to, primary school? Like, where'd you grow up?
Kilberry Valley in Hampton Park in the southeast of Melbourne.
Oh, is that a good area? You got a little smirk there. Is that like
well, it's not a bad area, man. Like, it's not as bad as Dandenong. I don't know if you heard of Dandenong.
No.
That's where I went to high school, but yeah.
Okay.
It's not as bad.
There's always those places and there's always those towns where people are like, oh yeah, I'm from here, and they're like, say it real quietly. I was like, you're not going to let us know where you're from?
Yeah.
What was your childhood like, do you feel?
Man, like a big thing with my childhood, man, I just never felt, like I honestly never felt like I belonged. Like I was always searching for something, man. It was always something that I was looking for. Wasn't really good in school. Really struggled at school. Wasn't good at that. Only thing I was good at, man, was literally like sport and just moving. Like I had a lot of energy. Still do have a lot of energy, but always had a lot of energy as a kid. And that's what I was good at. But in the school stuff, man, not good at all. Not good at all. And just struggled. Belonging was a big part of my childhood. Not feeling good enough. Always a short kid, so I was just self-conscious. And that was a big part of my childhood, man. So sport helped a little bit with that, and the discipline of being a part of a sport team helped with that as well. But yeah, man, that was a big part of my childhood, man. Just not feeling good enough, a really shy, short kid. So.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had trouble fitting in places and like belonging into certain groups?
Definitely, man. I felt like if there was ever like a gathering or a party or something, I would get like social anxiety, I didn't even know what it was called back then, but like, yeah, I would get social anxiety, get nervous, and just always cared what people thought of me, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I can relate to that in many ways as well. I was quite a shy kid. I didn't know where I fitted in life and who I was meant to hang around or who I was meant to be, how I was meant to act. And I guess as a young adult, young man, I guess you're trying to, like, you would have questioned yourself many times. And there's a lot of confusion there. So I guess going out of school, like, did you go to high school as well?
Yeah, so I went to St. John's Regional College in Dandenong.
Okay, is that the good college?
It's not bad, mate. It's a private school, but didn't feel like it. But no, it wasn't bad, bro. Like, yeah, it wasn't bad. There's a lot of stories about it, but when I was there, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't bad.
Sweet. So you leave school, and then what happens there?
Man, like when I left school, man, I was lost, man. Like, I was lost, man. Like, I didn't pass high school. I failed badly. So, yeah, I was lost when I left school, kind of forced into uni and forced to that path. I went through a few uni courses, I did like health science. I did psychology. Just all these courses that I thought would, make me happy and make me kind of, help me build my future and what I wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted at all. It was kind of just what was forced onto me. So
So did you just get to a point where you're like, look, this isn't for me, or did you stay in there that long that you realized it made you unhappy that you're forced to make a decision about leaving?
No, actually, I knew pretty quickly it wasn't for me, man. Like in a few months, like I was just like, I'm done. And then that's when I headed into like more personal training. Yep. Did my PT course, and then started personal training at Snap Fitness in Dandenong.
Oh, in Dandenong. Yeah. Okay.
Dandenong.
That's like I don't know if I've ever been there. Hey, is it like, explain to that? Where's that in Melbourne?
So,
Like outside,
Dandenong,
like far from the CBD?
it's about like a 40-minute train ride from the CBD city.
Okay.
But it's a very, very multicultural area, man. Like there's a lot of cultures there in Dandenong. So yeah, it's a very multicultural area. A lot of different places and different ethnicities in one place, in one suburb. But yeah, it was an interesting place to like be around, like working. And then obviously in high school, I was going to school in Dandenong as well. But yeah, it was all right. Like, but there was just a lot of gangs and stuff, man. A few gangs around, and but I never got into that type of stuff, luckily. So
did you ever get into like drugs and alcohol in any bad kind of way?
Nah, man. Nah, not at all, man. No drugs. Never touched a drug in my life.
Yeah.
Alcohol, like I drink a fair bit, but just here and there.
Yeah. That's fine. So like you're leaving there. Oh, actually, another question I forgot to ask. Like, I always ask this to people. You standing there and sitting there where you are now, wind back 4 years. What's the advice that you say to yourself?
That I would say to myself?
Yeah.
I would say stop judging yourself and start realizing your worth, man. That's what I would say to myself. Yeah, that was a big thing for me, man. Even now, like 100%, like nothing's perfect. Even now, from time to time, like I judge myself, you know, like if I'm going to put out content, if I'm going to talk to people in social settings, like I just judge myself, you know, and I perceive like I feel like I look at people how they see me, you know what I mean? As opposed to just being myself and letting people accept me for who I am.
That's it, eh? You're having a human experience right now. So enjoy it and live it. And, we can all get tied up in those tendencies as well. And I'll be honest as well, I get caught in that sometimes. I'm like, hold on. Actually, that doesn't matter. Let's just pump on. Life's here. Live it, enjoy it. Because you only get to be here in this present moment once. So it's like, enjoy this moment right now. What's
100%.
So,
definitely.
I want to know about the relationship. Why was that such a pivotal moment for you?
When I was in a toxic relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is something that I was talking about before we jumped on the podcast. This is the type of stuff where I'm learning to be more vulnerable in because I haven't, expressed it that way. But, it was a big thing for me because, man, there was no, I had no self-worth. Like, I had no confidence, no self-worth that I built for myself. And even though I was boxing, until halfway through our relationship with my ex-girlfriend, I stopped. I ended up stopping boxing because it just ended up that bad. Like I stopped doing something that I loved so much. It was that bad. Like I was just focusing on one thing, which was the relationship and her, as opposed to my goals and my future. And I literally just kind of just threw my self-worth out the window, man. So a big thing was all I wanted to focus on when the relationship finished was personal development and growth. Like I don't care about making money as such. I just wanted to grow and feel more better about myself, feel good enough, feel confident. So that's when I headed into after. But during the relationship, man, it was not good at all, man. And that was my first real relationship when I was 18 years old when it started. Yeah.
Okay. Did you do you feel like you left there and you were scarred? Were you heartbroken?
Oh yeah, big time, man.
Yeah.
Big time. So yeah. So when my ex-girlfriend broke up with me, man, I was very heartbroken, man. I was depressed. I went through that period where I was depressed, and just in my room, I was like, fuck, man. Just staying in my room for days. Didn't want to do anything. I was like, man, this isn't good enough, And then that's when I got to that point when I'm like, no, I have to double down on myself and just give myself permission to feel good and feel better about myself. Because I did make a lot of mistakes, which I didn't share before, but a big part of why it was toxic, man, it was because of me, man. I made a lot of mistakes in that relationship.
And that's the biggest thing. As a man, you know what, you take ownership. Extreme ownership of it. And I can say exact same thing. I've had more than a couple. I've had 3 failed relationships, and they were all because of myself. Like they didn't work out because of me. Obviously, there was things that they could have done better, but 80% of the problem was me. I wasn't willing to come to the party or meet halfway. I was just out being a dickhead, and wasn't taking ownership for anything. My actions, the way I spoke, the things that I was doing, and I was just running. I had no care. I didn't care about anyone, but myself.
I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
I was selfish.
Taking ownership.
I was selfish. So how's that now? How do you think that relation that is now? Have you come to terms with that?
Man, so how do I come to terms with it? I think for me, because I made so much mistakes. Again, like back to the quote that I told you before, I was judging myself. I was still like, man, like you messed up, why did you do this? Why did you mess up everything, and just beating myself up for so long. That's why I was depressed and didn't give myself permission to feel good, and just move on. And then start to grow, to start to work on myself. But the biggest thing was just letting it all go and forgiving myself, forgiving that person, forgiving myself for what I did was a big thing that I had to do, man. And I had to just let it go. So, yeah. And then now the relationship with myself is so much better.
Good, man. Good. That shows that you're doing the work as well. What about with your ex? How do you think that is?
The relationship?
Yeah, on talking terms?
Oh, definitely not, man. No.
Definitely not? Okay.
I haven't spoken to her since, no.
I always question this because I've got 3 ex-partners. Ended quite badly on all of them. But in the same sense, it's taken me a while. But we have a very good relationship now. Like, I guess in things that I did, I went and cleared the air with them all. I took ownership for all the things that I did, and just, I guess, got rid of that negativity that was, not negativity, but I guess that resistance that may have been there because we shared a past together. And I'm sure, for me to move forwards, I had to clear that energy up and make sure that, everything was sweet now there. So whether they wanted to come to the party and accept it or whatever that was, I just rung up. And you might even want to try this, as I took ownership for everything. I rung them up and just said, hey, look, I just want to clear the air on a few things. X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And just wanted to let you know that, that's how I feel. And I'll take ownership for maybe the things that you may have done wrong or whatever that looks like for you. And just clear it all up. Hey. And ever since then, sweet. Move on. Got a really good relationship with them. So
yeah, I think that's a good idea, man. That's good advice.
It's a really good, I think it's good, man. It just allows you to grow so much.
Yeah.
Allows you to grow. And it just shows your level of commitment to growth. If you can ring up and be like, okay, look, I put my hand up, I guess, and right that wrong. Not right the wrong, but I guess move forwards. Move forwards in the right way. It's I could not suggest that more. I've done that with all 3 of my ex-partners, and it's worked wonders for me, I feel. Definitely, clearing that all up, giving them closure on a lot of things as well. And the relationship there is good now. So it's it's a really good way to be, definitely.
Yeah. And you have that closure because obviously, after a while, when you split up with your ex, and I think the same for me, there's no hard feelings anymore. Definitely not. There's no more hard feelings. It's just an understanding of what went wrong, and then from then on, it's just growth. To accept it and just let it go.
Take the lessons, and you got to move on.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's important. Exactly. What is actually, while we're on relationship topics, do you feel like you're ready for a relationship nowadays?
Good question, man. That's a good question. I was just thinking about that the other day, actually. I would say yes and no. Currently, like I was saying before, I'm working on a new program, specifically working with men, and my focus is towards that.
Yeah.
Right now. And not saying that I'll be closed off to anyone that comes close to me or anything like that. But yeah, it's where your focus goes, energy goes, and you put your energy into something, and so I would say I'm not against it, but Right now, I'm just focused on my work and what on my mission. Yeah.
That's all right, bro. That's all right. Actually, I didn't ask you. How old are you this year? Oh, yeah.
23, man.
23, bro.
23 in October. Yeah.
Man, I actually got to take my hat off to you because in that way, like stepping out and doing the work that you're doing, helping men and putting yourself out there as well, that's hard to do. Hard to do. And like, especially at a younger age. And you know what? This is becoming more and more common for me. The more people I talk to, they're like, look, guys are younger and they're wanting to start to, I guess, like grow like you are. And they're like, yeah, I'm like, they're under 25. I'm like, awesome. I love hearing that because it means there is change out there. As where, like, me, I kind of didn't really get my shit together until I was about 25. Maybe later. And 26 maybe, or 7. And, like, it just, like I hear these younger guys, like, just really putting it out there. It means something has been changing, especially for the men's community as well. And the more this gets out there, the more the work, that gets done and the more people that you help, look, the better. Imagine if you could go speak to, 10, 20, 30 younger men that at your school that were feeling the way you were feeling and give them a lot of clarity and a bit of direction. Like, how much would that help? Like, you're at school and, an older version of yourself comes through and tells you everything that you needed to hear, like what you just explained to us. How do you think that would have changed your trajectory in life back then?
Oh, massively, man. Yeah, massively. I mean, that's when I did start to change, but it was till after high school. But if it, like, there was a few times in high school, but yeah, that would have changed massively, man. If I got like like the mentors like at an earlier age. But yeah, to say that, man, I'm happy where I am now, and I just think, man, like success or being happy, it's the process, man. Like thinking short term, a big mistake that I thought like very recently as well is thinking too short term and thinking, because I'm young, I just want to, get the money. I want to just get everything now. I want to just have it. I can do this, just grind. But no, that's not, you're not going to be able to sustain that long term. And I feel like just enjoying the process. But yeah, I'm young now, and even if it takes 10 years for me to, get to where I want to, or 10, 20 years, then I'll be happy. Like, that's fine. Yeah.
It's so important. And I was listening to, who said this? I listened to a lot of UFC, so Stylebender and Israel Adesanya and Gary Vee. They were talking about it, about patience. I don't know if you've seen it. And he's like,
seen that one, but...
he said that like everyone wants everything now, but it's the guys that are patient that really succeed, and patience is key. And I always say I'm aggressively patient. And that's a real, like when I first heard that, because I was like, look, I can be quite straightforward and like go, let's get it done. I want to get this done right now. Doesn't always serve me, but now I look at it from a different set of eyes where I'm aggressively patient, as where I can wait, but I'm tight. And it's just that long game. I play a long game of everything. I don't start something and think about it and go, okay, what does this look like in a couple of weeks? I start it and think, okay, what does this look like 5 years, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, etc. Like, what is this going to look like? How is this going to add value to my life? How can I grow this? Because if you want it right then and now, you know what? Some people do, like, crack it and they get it like that. But those stories, a lot of them, they might do it, but how long can they hang in there? A lot of them aren't consistent. As where if you've built up over years, even going into coaching and helping men over years and years, and you just slowly progressed and built it, those foundations are solid. It's hard to tip you over. And it's like, I guess some people out there in this space or other spaces might just get it and crack it, and they get, everyone comes on board, it's a big flurry, and then it's just like washed out because it hasn't been there.
Man, I'm the prime example of that. That's the biggest lesson I've learned in the last 3 to 4 years, man. Biggest lesson, being patient and not wanting like instant gratification. I'm still learning that, man. If I'm honest, like I'm still learning that. It's a big thing, being patient and not wanting things to just happen so quickly, so you can. And the thing about that I realize is we tend to want things quickly when we don't feel good inside, right? Like I wasn't feeling good inside. I wasn't feeling like I'm good enough. So I wanted things quickly so then I can give myself permission to feel good enough. So it's like that reversing where, as opposed to, I can feel good enough right now. I don't need money. I don't need like any specific object or anything to start feeling better about myself.
Yeah.
And that's been a big learning for me.
Looking for those external things to make themselves feel better. And it's like, man, you're on the Ferris wheel. So
exactly, man.
I gotta. Sorry, I've got to stick this on there because my phone's falling down. I'm in my holder, so.
Oh, all good, man.
Pardon me, 1 minute. But that's it, hey.
Oh, you use your phone as well?
Yeah, I use my phone. It seems to be a lot clearer and a lot better, so that's why it's on a little phone holder today. But, oh man, that's such a like even hearing your story at school. That's how I was at school. Like I was shy. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't know what. I was confused, and it led to me naughty at quite a lot of times, and that's why I guess why I'm passionate about, and I probably see you are as well, is because knowing that you can go and see, I guess, younger generation like that and other men and seeing it, and you can help them. That's where you get so passionate about it, and that's for me. I'm like knowing that you can make the change and understand that you can help someone better their lives. That's such a good feeling.
Right. 100%, definitely. Yeah.
What I feel. Have you got any goals, I guess, in this space? Like, what do you want to grow it into? Like, where do you see things going?
Where I see things going. So, big thing right now is obviously my program, working with specifically men, which I haven't really targeted men and worked specifically with men before. Like, I've helped a lot of like guys get massive weight loss transformations, but just men. No, I haven't done like similar things to just working with just men. And I see what you do as well, man. Like men's medicine and how you work with men and like you guys go out and it's like a retreat event type of thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. It's just like
I like that, man. Yeah. I want to do things similar to that, man.
Yeah, it's like a workshop on wheels, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a workshop, but it's not done in a room. We go outside and do it just because it makes it, especially if the males, it's a lot, obviously that just suits males to be outside.
That's awesome, man.
Not to sit in a room and, open up and talk, which it works. We can do it there, but it's just that element. We work with the elements like outside. We got the water, the nature and everything like that. It makes it just so much more different. It's just such a different feel. Yeah. And like going out and doing not many people do workshops. Actually, not anyone does. Like a workshop that is outside like that. Well, not too many that I know. Like on a hike.
Yeah.
It's and that's special in itself. Like you can go. I've been to many seminars and events and stuff like that in rooms, corporate rooms and offices and stuff like that, and they're good. But it's a different leg when you're
way better on the outside, right? Yeah.
It just makes it so much better.
Yeah. Definitely.
What about you're 24 this year? 23.
23, turning 24 next year.
So, let's say you're 30. What does your life look like? What do you feel like? Because I'm hoping to follow this up. I'm hoping to follow this up as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. I always like to put things out to the universe. So like we'll put it out there today.
So do I, man. Big things, man. 100% traveling the world, traveling around. I've got dream destinations that I want to see in the close like next year. But a big thing for me, 30, man. Traveling around, having a bit of a free life, more of a free life that I do now. I'm just stuck in one position, but that's a big thing that I want to do. So definitely travel, and just be doing what I love: running retreats, running events, working with men's circle, like working with a group of men, and running different events around there, training men, and specifically boxing as well. And just have a huge vision around there that I'm kind of putting together.
Good, man.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? And you can make that all happen. You got a solid foundation. You're in the work. And I see it all in you. So, man, big kudos for it. And like hearing that, it makes me happy because that's like, I know there's so many guys out there even doing like our men's medicine. There's so many guys out there, like we can't even get to half of them, a quarter of them, like a small percentage of them. And like, man, better men, better families, better relationships. So, yeah, and yeah, it just puts a smile on my doll, but I'm like, go for it. So I'm in all supports, brother. So, I'm looking forward to
Appreciate
seeing
that,
that.
man.
And now that you said it, I'm going to follow you up on it. And actually, we're coming to Melbourne too.
You guys are coming to Melbourne?
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, what's the time? I think our events dropped. Just this morning.
Oh, yeah, whereabouts are you guys coming to Melbourne, and when?
We are coming to Melbourne January in like the first 3 weeks. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks after Christmas, I think. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas. Yes.
That's awesome, man.
So,
I'm out of 10, man. I was thinking about it.
Yeah. So we've got.
I think it'll be awesome for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. I'd love to see you there. We've got a workshop there, men's and women's. Workshop. So we have a Saturday and Sunday. So men's on one, and then Sunday I think we do the women's. So we'll be there. So I'd love to see you there. Just thinking, like, it'd be nice to meet you.
Do you know like what place you're going to? Like, you guys go to like waterfalls and
yeah, we're not going to do a waterfall. We're not going to do a walk. So we're going to do a workshop first, and then we're going to come back and then do a walk. The walk's the next thing. So we're doing it the other. Sometimes we do it the wrong way, but this time we're coming now. We're going to do the workshop, and then we're going to come back and do the walk, which is the big thing. Workshop, and then we'll go away for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then we'll come back in a month's time and do the walk as well.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it.
How is it running then? Like, how do you feel when you run these events, and workshops?
Oh man, it's like, I guess, like at the end of the day, fulfilling. Like, we've had a lot of these events now, so when when I rock up, I'm on. I'm like, let's go. Like, it's go time. And like I as always say to our team, like, we've got a solid team. I'm like, let's over deliver today. Over deliver. I guess that's always our intentions. We come together, we set some intentions. It's like, over deliver here today. And I guess the feeling of just, man, it's always beautiful seeing everyone come together. Like, especially the men. Like, they come together. Everyone's a little bit shy. There's some guys like, oh, and then by the end of the day, the ice is broken, and it's just all out. There's conversations. You can't get them talking. No one's getting in the car and going home. Everyone's just chatting. So it's a good feeling, man, that sense of fulfillment. And, I always drive home, I'm like, did some shit today. I made that happen.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's just, it's a good feeling, man. It's awesome.
100%.
What like holding events, what do you feel like for you? Like, how big would you like an event to be? Like, size wise?
Like, people wise?
Yeah.
How much people? It's a good question as well. Anywhere from about 100 to 200 people.
Yep.
I think it's a good
solid size
for a workshop.
Yeah, that's a solid size event, bro. So
yeah,
I'm hoping we can help you make that happen as well somewhere along the lines, because I know we will. I know our paths will meet somewhere. That's for sure. You're in this space, and I'm looking forward to seeing your journey as well. What other, like, I guess, what tips do you do for yourself, like around your health and wellness and your mental health as well? Like, what are you doing for yourself today to help yourself?
Definitely, which is a big thing, is morning routine. Morning routine that is, it's about empowering. So empowering, stepping into being more present, stepping into gratitude, like we spoke about before, and just like realizing the power that you have inside. And I think that's a big thing that's how to explain it. Like, that's the morning routine that I do. Like, it's realizing the power that you have inside and bring that out, to have more confidence to how you show up in the world, how you show up talking to other people. And so the morning routine is a big thing. Another big thing is obviously health and fitness. I do boxing, like weight training, calisthenic type stuff as well. And I mix it up. I don't just do the same thing like every day. I mix it up. Boxing has to be number one. Yep. It's so good, not just for health and fitness, but like discipline wise, letting a lot of frustration out, you're actually learning something at the same time as working on your health and fitness. And and then you can do it in groups as well, where you all come together and where we all come together and train and work out drills, and it's boxing is definitely like number one sport.
I think so as well. Like anything like physical like that is so important. Like a lot, especially for males. Yeah. Males struggle to, I guess, channel a lot of their anger and emotions. And when you're constantly doing like a contact sport like that, like it's an outlet. But it's also a healthy outlet.
Exactly.
And it's like
100%. Yeah.
You wear that man down and he's exhausted physically and emotionally and he's just going for it. You get to a real clear place. Like I've even been like that too. Like I go in and training and, been going hard out on the pads and stuff, and you walk out, you're exhausted, but you're also free as well. You're like, okay, there's that feeling. You're like, okay, I'm fresh. I'm feeling good again. I'm feeling relaxed, and it's a nice feeling. So I think that's a really good anchor, I feel.
Definitely, man. That's the best way that I would explain it, man. Like a lot of people like want to learn boxing for because it looks cool and then they see fights and stuff. But when they start to do it, they actually realize like, man, like all my frustration's gone. Like I feel like so much better. I feel free. Exactly what you said, man. And I don't feel that way doing weights as much, man. Like when you're actually hitting the bag and you're hitting it as hard as you can, it's like that's when you're letting it all out. But like you said, in a healthy way. Yeah. And then obviously sparring as well. But that's a watch sparring by your coach or whatever, and in a safe setting. So.
Yeah, and it's a very controlled environment. There's
controlled. Yeah,
very rarely you come across like an ego, or in my experience anyway. That's a lot of that's a lot of speculation around why not many people get into those kind of sports, especially at an older age. For me, it was kind of like going to a gym like that, like a boxing gym or a UFC gym. It was like, oh shit, I don't know what it'd be like, but it's so nice.
It is.
In my experience, like they're all nice as, so I love it.
Yeah. No, definitely, man.
It's that culture as well.
So how long you been doing boxing for?
Just on and off for the past like 2 or 3 years. I just do like a little bit of boxing, a little bit of MMA stuff, everything. So I got like trained at an MMA gym that's Combat Fitness. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
They're an awesome gym. And it's just a really good environment, hey. And I think that's the biggest thing I love about sports like boxing or MMA. It's it's a community at the gym.
Yeah.
Like, because it's such a personal thing. Like you're in each other's space a lot. It's not like you're walking past people with your earphones in. Like there's no earphones there. That's the other thing. Like I like everyone's is connected in a way because like. Not everyone's just there listening to their own music and walking around on a single thing. Like you're teamed up with people. There's group exercises, and I love that feeling and that environment. Hey.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, man. Like being part of a community, also working on your health. But you're learning at the same time, and it's kind of like it becomes an obsession. Like when you get into it more and more. And because you're doing MMA, man, like I'm sure you do jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
And they're very like humbling guys, man. Like I used to train boxing at an MMA gym, and those jiu-jitsu guys, like they're very humbling, man. But you get on the mats with them, and they go crazy, man. Like
that's hard.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't say I do jiu-jitsu. I've been there on the ground while they're doing jiu-jitsu and on me.
Oh yeah. yeah.
I tried.
Yeah.
But I'm learning.
I haven't tried that as well, man. That looks pretty hard, man. Like.
Yeah,
it would be good to learn, right?
My neck's just hurting thinking about it. But it's a good sport. What actually I want to know. I didn't even ask you. What do you got on this weekend?
On this weekend, other than this podcast, not much, man. Like going out to beach hopefully tomorrow. Going out a little bit, but working on the weekend as well, man. Like right now, man. Like the focus is work and what I want to do. And I'm finding the thing for me, man, is balance, having that balance, which has been tricky for me, because sometimes I go too much into work and then, I don't have enough, like, fun on the weekends and don't, like, relax with friends and stuff. And so I'm trying to balance it out a bit more. So that's why I'm going out tomorrow, beach. Hopefully the weather's good. I'm not sure if it will be. I haven't even checked the weather, but, hopefully it's good. It's not like Queensland, man.
Right,
like Melbourne weather's up and down, bro.
I know. I've been to Melbourne so many times. I'm like, you never know. You you fly in and then it says it's fine. You get there and it's windy and it's raining. You're like, come on, like get it together.
Yeah, it's like 1 hour it's another weather. 1 hour it's like hot. 1 hour it's cold. Yeah, it's crazy down here. But yeah, hopefully the weather's good tomorrow. I like watching the sunset too, man. At the beach, it's beautiful, man. Like I posted a few times on my Insta. It's just beautiful to see that. And yeah, I love the beach. That's one of my favorite places to go to for my health. But yeah, just to enjoy the sun, enjoy the water and stuff. Yeah.
Speaking on your health as well, what about like Melbourne? How's things been down there after the whole COVID and everything? Like,
so I think it's all good now. The cases have dropped. If I'm 100% honest with you, I don't watch the news, bro.
Me either. That's why I was like, I'll ask you.
Yeah, I don't watch the news, man. So I don't know exactly, but people tell me. So
yeah,
I don't watch the news, but I know people will tell me eventually. So yeah, so all I know is the cases have dropped and restrictions have been lifted. Everything's not back to normal. Like the clubs are still closed and there's a few places still closed, but a lot of places are open and the gym's open and stuff. So
okay, because the gyms were shut for quite a while, hey?
Yeah, man, it was shut for 5-6 months, I believe. 5-6 months.
Whoa, that's heavy. That's heavy. That's a long time. I think Queensland was only like 4 weeks, maybe, or 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Different down here in Victoria, man.
He's got shafted, and just here, like that was such a big thing here. Like 6 weeks or whatever it was that they were shut. That was epic here. Like people were blowing up. It just wasn't. Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy.
They were going crazy.
Yeah. So obviously it's a Gold Coast, bro. Everyone goes to the gym here. Everyone trains hard.
Oh, true, man.
Yeah.
And the weather's beautiful there, man. I want to go up there in Gold Coast, man.
Well, beautiful up there. You come up here and visit us. What I do, because we're wrapping it up, getting towards the end, I've got the last couple of questions for you. Actually, first thing, have you named your program yet, or what you're bringing out?
Well, yeah, I've got the name for the program, yeah.
Okay, have you got it up? Is it
actually it's launching in the 14th of December, man.
Okay, awesome.
So that's when it's launching, yeah.
Yeah, so anyone out there as well, I'll put some of your details in the description as well, so they can come and find you. But I want to know, like, let's say I could give you one wish out in this world, to change anything. What would it be?
To change anything?
Yeah.
It would be like literally everyone in this world would stop judging themselves, would love themselves, and feel free to do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's what I would wish. Yeah.
Oh, good answer, bro. I like that. That's such a. I know it sounds simple for some, but for others, that holds people back.
Hold me back for a while, man. So
that's a nice one. And then the last one I want to know, let's say you've got words of advice. Let's say, like, is there a quote you live by, or if there's something that you suggest to someone? Is there something you tell yourself? Yeah. What would that be?
Okay. Yeah. So the first quote that comes to mind is something I heard recently. Like, it's like I heard it like 2 months ago, and then I heard it recently, and that's when it actually got me, you know. And this is like one of my mentors said this, but the quote is, if you let out what is inside of you, it will liberate you, but if you don't, it will destroy you.
Cool. That's a solid one.
Yeah, so there's a lot of meaning, and
that is solid, and that goes deep too, because you want to hold it in, it'll eat you out. It'll just like eat away at you, but expressing is so important, especially as males. It's important to express. Something we don't do a lot.
Big thing, man.
Something we
definitely,
don't do man. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the only question I forgot to ask you: where can we find you out on Instagram? What's your Instagram?
Anver Meunier Coaching. So ANVER MEUNIER coaching on Instagram. And and then on Facebook, I go by Anver Meunier.
Yep.
Just my first name and last name.
And I'll put that in the description as well, and it'll be also on the heading so everyone can come find you. Anver, bro, thank you, man. That's our show for today.
Awesome, before we wrap up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bro, like I'm feeling awesome. Like, I don't know if we can swear on your podcast, man. Like,
Yeah, you can swear.
you
100%.
haven't
I say
sworn
fuck all the time.
Okay, I didn't even hear it. Didn't notice it. But yeah, man, I'm feeling awesome, man. It was awesome to be on your podcast. Thank you, man. Like, I reached out to you and just want to say thank you to you. I appreciate, you letting me be on your podcast. But man, I'm just feeling awesome, passionate about the program that I'm going to do specifically for men. So any guys out there, man, I'm giving out 5 free sessions. So if anyone wants to reach out to me, feel free to reach out to me. 5 free sessions, and like hopefully to help you guys out in any way possible.
Anyway, and I will put that on there as well, so then they can find you as well, bro. So Anver, bro, thank you very much, and bro, I'm in big support of what you do. So
Appreciate it,
yeah,
man.
that's why
Thanks.
I got you on here, bro, because I was like, I seen what you're doing, I was like, let's do this, bro.
You too, man.
Big love, hey, and support everything that you do. And if you ever need anything, you reach out, man. We'll be able to help you
Same
out.
goes, bro. Same goes.
Sweet.
Thanks, bro.
Cheers, everyone. Peace.